if you guys see the setup that I have, I've stacked all of my candles on top of each other because I don't know where my stick is, like my tripod is. Women in STEM, hello. Hi guys, today is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. I have been waiting for my visa renewal, my UK visa renewal for 2 years. 2 years, guys. And what comes in the mail this morning? Amen, period. So I'm very happy, I'm very grateful, and I just feel like I'm at a point in my life that everything is just so beautifully being aligned. And I just feel like recently as well, I've just had such a sharp intuition. Like genuinely this morning I woke up and I was journaling, and I literally said in my journal, like, at the time that I need to have my passport, and like need to have my passport without rambling on, or like, you know, delving too much into certain things that I'm not ready to say. But at the time that I need to have my passport, I will. At the time that I need to go back to Nigeria and delve into certain things in Nigeria, like, I will. And like, why do I wake up this morning and my passport's there? And yeah, like, I'm so like, it's surreal. It's actually surreal. Like, I don't even have the words. Like, guys, like, if you are a first generation immigrant in the UK, you know this fucking, you know when Tim does it, is rapping, and he's like, when he sang Agbo Jadi and everyone's talking about the Home Office won't want to give me my papers. Listen, guys, I have to play that bit, because I was like, when I heard it, I was like, hold on a minute, are you not skipping past this? So it's not only me, because that's another thing. I feel like in the diaspora, first generation immigrants, I feel like there's such a heavy shame and stigma around it, in the sense of nobody wants anybody else to know that their passport is green or their passport is not red. I don't even know which color is it again. Nobody wants them to know that their passport is of their nationality. Like, do you know what I mean? Is it nationality or ethnicity? And there's such like, there's just this shame and this xenophobic, like, you know, silence around it, of like, I'm struggling and I have all of these problems with Home Office, but I'm going to go to school and I'm going to pretend like I was born here, and I'm going to pretend as if everything's fine. And I feel like that alone just restricts and stops us from having a community amongst ourselves. Because when he said that, when Tim doesn't said it, hold on, let me just play it, because guess what? Home Office gave me my fucking paper. Hold on.
Gold on me like I'm cash later. Hair blowing like a golf skater. Home Office on my up haters, but they won't give me my.
When I heard that, yeah, scene is an understatement. Home Office on my up what? Haters. Sorry, my neighbors today, like, guys, listen, I have not been able to go to uni for 2 years. 2 years. I don't know if I said that, but 2 years. 2. Yeah, not one, not two. I mean, not one, but two. Simply because, like, to be fair, the first year was because what's it called? I hadn't been in the UK for 10 years. So because I had, again, a Nigerian passport, I needed to have been in the UK for half of my life. And I, at that point, was like a couple months short of half of my life. Do you know how frustrating that was? At this point, I had my visa. If I started and go to uni, that was fine. Like, even if like my visa was going to expire, like, I had my visa, I could have gone. However, I couldn't, because I was a couple months short of that. Literally called them, sent up all of these like files, Guys, I've been in the UK since I was in year 5. I've been in the UK ever since I was in year 5. So it's like, I'm so like, there's such like a culture and like identity like struggle. I think we're gonna have to talk about that in a whole different video, because that's not really what we're here for. But obviously I had to share the good news. But yeah, there's such like, it was just like, it was so disheartening in so many ways, in a sense of like, obviously, one, I'm not going to school, but number two, I'm really struggling so much with like my identity and like culture, with feeling like I'm not so much as a black Brit, but at the same time I'm not so much as like a fully like born and bred Nigerian. Like I was born and partially bred, but like if I was to go to Nigeria now, like guys, like I'm I'm not like, do you get, like I will be robbed like as soon as I get there. Like I don't, do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, that just kind of, that was really, really hard for me. But honestly, back to what I was saying of like everything just genuinely happens. Like I feel like that is another phrase that as humans we just throw about, like, oh, everything happens for a reason, everything happens for a reason. But genuinely, everything happens for a reason. I would not be this person that I am today if I had gone to uni 2 years ago. I needed that 2 years gap to genuinely get to where I am. I not needed, but in this story and in this timeline, I did. The first one, I could have done as much of a shift and as much of a change within that first year, but I wasn't quite there yet. And I remember thinking, like, after that first year, I was like, I feel like I still have things to do. I don't think I'm gonna get it. I don't think I'm gonna be in uni. And then that was when my visa expired, and then I couldn't again. So everything just genuinely works out. Like this October of 2025 was my pivot. October of 2025 was what needed to have happened those 2 years. And it's kind of like, let's say like my higher self, like when October 2025 happened, was like, yes, finally. Because I genuinely feel like if that shift didn't happen then, girl, I would be having another gap year. I feel like it was going to take genuinely as long as it needed to take. And I feel like if it gotten to the point that I keep having these gap years and I keep like these curveballs keep throwing to like re-anchor me and like redirect me onto my right path, and I just kept still steering away, I think it would just get to the point that, you know, I would enter a different timeline and I wouldn't be genuine. I wouldn't be authentic to my higher self. And like, oh, got a cold as well, guys. These last 2 weeks have been treacherous. I've had toothaches last week. I've had a cold, like a virus this week. I think it's COVID because I was volunteering at the hospital and the guy in the ward had COVID. But my mom thinks I'm being paranoid, but I think it's COVID because I feel like if it's COVID, it's COVID. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, why we guys act? It's COVID, innit? But anyways, yeah, guys, it's been insane. And I feel like this song, I literally tried recording this video when I got back from I went to London this last weekend, and I tried recording a YouTube video when I got back, literally the day that I got back, because I was like, okay, cool, this is a Monday, if I don't get it done, I'm probably not gonna get it done. And I had a different song in mind. I had a different song, and it was a different song that I was talking about, but I kept re-recording it. And don't get me wrong, so many times like I start and I say something, I'm like, I don't really like the way this conversation's going, or like, I want to say this, I want to add this, and I stop and I start again. That's all well, fine and good. However, this day, the words they just weren't coming out, and it also makes sense because it was the start of my illness as well. I was just like, it was a lot, but it was also just not the right song, and I felt it. I felt that like kind of misalignment in like, okay, cool, all of these songs on this playlist will always resonate with me. However, I'm very specific as to where I am each week. And this is where I'm at. When I first heard this, first of all, Greentea Peng, love her. I have about like 4 of her songs in this playlist, so get ready to keep hearing some of Greentea. But top manifester, guys, and my passport is literally proof of that. Top manifester, genuinely, because when I first heard this song, like this week, and I was kind of like, oh, okay, I think this is kind of where I'm at. I was kind of like, I don't think I've manifested anything really like recently. So like, do I really resonate with this? Like, because I'm not really feeling like a top manifester. And then this happens, I'm like, bitch, do you know what I mean? Like, top manifester, part of a manifestor, to live life with no regrets. That part felt. Part of my manifesto is to genuinely live life, no regrets, no flipping regrets. Guys, when I say, yeah, deconstructed religion as I want to say I started when I was like 17, 18. At 20, which I am now, I told my African father, bro, no flipping regrets, no fears, guys. When I say I'm on badness, yeah, life right now, nothing can shake me. Oh, please God, universe, don't come and try and humble me for, sorry, yeah, I'm joking. Please, something can shake me, however. Because you know when you're getting brave and you want to show, let me calm down first. Most things cannot share. But yeah, genuinely, guys, like I just like when I sit with the fact of like how far I've come and how loud I am in my identity and like my my future and like who I'm becoming, I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself because I feel like it's not easy. No, I feel like I know it's not easy, and I know it's not easy to pave your own path and be so proud of that and be so like, especially within the culture. And like I think so many times within the Black community, culture and religion tend to intertwine, because I feel like it might just be random that I've just like mentioned the fact that I deconstructed and I told my African dad, but it's like that's just to show how much of like how flipping like how much of my manifesto is to live life like fearless. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, when I was telling him, my heart was beating out of my chest. It's scary. It's scary. That has to be one of the most scariest things I have done. And I feel like after I told my Nigerian African dad, I don't have to say Nigerian African. After I told my African Catholic dad that I am no longer a Christian, nothing could shake me. Nothing could. I said, do you know what? After I did that, I said, nobody can tell me anything. Nobody can actually tell me anything, because like, bro, like I've just gone into the lion's den. I've gone into the lion's den and I've told the lion to get down. Get down. The conversation was great though, but we won't get into that. It wasn't great, but like, anyways, we won't get into that. Now at least, if you guys want to know how that went, comment down below. But yeah, guys, part of my manifesto is genuinely to live life fearless, and I feel like I've just been doing so much of that recently. Never in a million years would I have thought that I would have told my dad that, or my mom that, or literally, I remember when I first like deconstructed and I was still going to church and I was like, bro, I can't wait to move out so I can finally stop going to church. Guys, I live at home. I don't go to church. She asked me, we have the conversation, it doesn't happen. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like all of these things, again, I feel like for somebody who hasn't been there, like if you're watching this and you haven't been there, you're just gonna be like, what is she talking about? Like, it's not that deep. It's deep. It's very deep. And recently, even in London, I'm birthing this concept of, I think currently the name that I was currently on Collisions. If you follow me on TikTok or even on Instagram, I kind of posted there as well. Well, the name of the concept I was with previously was Collisions, but now I'm kind of with the two-way mirror. I think it resonates with me more than Collisions, but I think I'm not quite there yet, but we'll see. But yeah, the two-way mirror, and it's essentially me documenting and exploring humanity by capturing real and honest conversations with strangers that I meet on a train. Currently, well, strangers that I meet, but currently the first birthing of this concept is on the Overground line in London, and that's where I'm currently at. And I had the idea to do it in London. No, I had the idea in November for London for trains, and I went immediately as I had the idea. I think the week after, or like maybe the week after that, as soon as my friend was my friend that is into photography, shout out to you, Tessa. But yeah, I literally called her up. I was like, babe, I've got this idea. I really want to birth this. I want to, because like, guys, you see, after Michael Jackson was talking about, if he doesn't work on an idea or write it down, Prince gets it. I don't play with my ideas. I don't play with them, because me, especially, if I get an idea and I don't write it down, I forget it. And I feel like that's deeper. I feel like, you know, like I don't necessarily know who it's going out to. I don't know if it's going out to anybody, but I forget it, and I don't like that. I just feel like that's just a timeline or a further step that I've missed, and I don't like it. So I don't play. Have an idea, act on it immediately. So yeah, I called her up and we did this, and obviously the initial plan was for London and for trains, and then speaking to other people and kind of like sharing the idea. First of all, people didn't get the concept of conversations. I very much like want to stress the fact that like these are not interviews. These are English. These are conversations with other human beings, with fellow human beings, hence the two-way mirror. You know, I think we genuinely are all reflections of each other, and I think the world would be a better place if people saw each other as that, if people were able to look at the next person and think, you are genuinely just a reflection of me, and you are not this other religion or this other sexuality or this other this and this, that and the third. Is, you know, the illusion in society is that the mirror is one way. And I think that's why I resonate so deeply with the two-way mirror, because that's how they work. Your illusion to believe that the only thing you can see is that one mirror and you and your reflection, where it's like really and truly beyond it lays another reflection that might not look exactly like you, but the reflection is... I'm excited, guys. Can you just see, like, too much is happening? But yeah, the reflection is there. So that's currently what I'm working on. And all of this being said, I kind of lost the train of thought or where I was gonna go with this first, because there's so many things to say about this, and I'm already on 16 minutes. I don't want to keep you guys here for too long, but I don't care, it's my channel. But I do have only 30 minutes of footage left. That's another thing as well. Like, I'm currently stuck with my footage on my camera because I didn't know that some laptops didn't have 4K processing apparently, and my laptop apparently doesn't. So now I have nowhere to edit on because my phone has no storage, and that's what I'm currently manifesting, which is why, like, when I first heard this song I was like, I don't manifest. I haven't manifested because I haven't gotten that yet, but it's coming. Either a new phone or a new laptop that I can edit on. But besides the point, I digress. Yeah, so initially I had this idea for trains, and when I had the idea, I thought, do it alone. Do it alone and do it on something small. Guys, I got an Action months later. This is now like what, November, and then in May, or was it April, I got a very tiny Action 6 camera, right? I'm gonna show, I'll like put a picture in of what this camera looks like. I'll show you guys my stand as well. That's so funny. But yeah, so I got the tiniest camera that I could find, and the picture's gonna be blurry as well, guys, sorry. I was gonna clean it and do it again, but CBA. So yeah, I got the tiniest camera that I could find eventually, and also, but initially when I got the idea, I thought, okay, you need something that makes people not feel like it, because you can't approach people and tell people like, oh, it's not an interview, by the way, and then proceed to put a camera and a mic on them. Like, do you know what I mean? They're gonna feel like they have to perform even if they're trying not to. And when I first went and I was trying out this concept, even I was performing, right? I'll insert some of the clips of the very first times that I did this.
Line. How's the year been? And Jubilee line.
Yeah. So you guys are what? And I will now insert some of the clips of the last time that I did this, if I can get the footage. If not the last time, I'll get the second to the last time, because that was also very authentic.
It's so mad how like we meet the best people through social media.
Exactly. I'd be homeless without social media, so thank you, social media, God bless. Even though we talked about atheism.
And you can just see how much with the concept I have also grown along with it, and I've also, I guess, further like my identity is kind of shaped around the concept as well, because like it's kind of like a superpower now. Like when I first went, I don't think I was the person to genuinely carry out the concept, because like I've always been deeper, you know, but I haven't necessarily been able to hold the type of space I'm able to hold with strangers. And guys, like, if you know me in person, like when I get into Ubers, I do Uber videos now as well. Like when I get into Ubers, like I kid you not, within 5 minutes, if I want to talk to that Uber driver, he will be telling me his life story. Like it will become a flipping like therapy session, right? And it's just like this kind of thing that I do now. And I remember when I first went, I was just kind of like, girl, like what are you even doing? Like you're here like trying to talk to these people, but you're just there like, so do you do medicine? You said you do medicine. How's medicine? Oh, it's hard, right? You know, and it's kind of like, you know, no tea, no shade to me back then. I was trying my best, but I just like, it was something that I had to become. It was an identity that I had to step into. And I have, and I did. And I am so many steps closer to being, I don't want to say to being Dean because I am Dean, bitch. But yeah, I guess to like fully embodying her and in the wholeness of the future and you know, but yeah, so when I first had the idea, I thought like I was thinking of so many things that I could do to like reduce people's nerves and kind of like make them a lot more like, and I thought do it alone. But then I was like, how the fuck can I do it alone? Like, you know, I can't do that alone. I just spat. I hope you guys didn't see that. I was like, how can I do that alone? I can't do that alone. Guys, the last time I went to London, I did it alone. I did it alone. I went onto trains and I walked up to strangers and I asked them if they wanted to have a conversation with me alone. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Part of my manifesto is to live life fearless, no regrets. Because I don't want regrets. I don't want to be 50 and spiteful of my children who are then living their lives happily because I refused to take the chances when I had them. You know, like I refuse for that to be me. And I think in all honesty, not even in a like disrespectful or like your parents are jealous of you way, because I think sometimes it's just like a genuine thing. Like if you have jealousy, I think as human beings in general with emotions that we deem as like bad, we tend to have such a massive stigma around it. But it's like it's a human emotion, you know. Jealousy isn't inherently bad, it's what you do with it, and whether you let that whether you dwell in that and let that progress onto envy. And I think a lot of people's parents tend to be jealous of their children, or just in general, like even growing up, even if that's not your child, even if you don't have children. I think when people don't actualize and when people don't actually live authentically, there's only a certain level of living that satisfaction can do, right? I don't want to be satisfied in life. I want to be fulfilled. I want to be so fulfilled. I want to be so grateful. I want to like be aligned and happy and authentic and just beautifully African and luxe and just like, I'm gonna be a bad bitch, guys. I'm gonna be a bad bitch that did everything that she wanted to do and is reaping the, not the repercussions has negative connotations. What's the word I'm looking for? Reaping the seeds, reaping the whatever. There's another line that I wanted to like pure express. Wait, is this the right song? I don't think this is I was about to mix and intertwine, but there's another line that I wanted to sit with and I've forgotten. Oh my gosh, wait, this doesn't have lyrics. Oh guys, hold on. Oh my gosh, unique. And like when I first heard this song, yeah, I just remember thinking like, no such thing as unique or trendsetter. Baby, I'm gonna be a trendsetter. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna be a trendsetter. Calm down. If I could go back and tell my past self, I would just be like, babe, hello, get down, do like this. Nothing new, nothing under the sun is new. Simple as that. Nothing under the sun is new. And I think we spend too much time so desperately wanting to create this new discovery and this whole new like path. But I just feel like that within itself is so disingenuous, and I think it just that desperation just flings you so much down further that line of you're just gonna mirror something else, just thinking that like, yes, like this is unique, ain't nobody did this before. Babe, somebody's done that before, somebody's thought of that before, and that's okay. I think it won't, and I say this even again acknowledging the fact that it won't exactly be the same ideas mirrored, but I'm not the first person to have conversations on trains. I even owe it to subway takes, because genuinely that was where I got the idea from. That was what sparked it, but I just gave it more of a cultural tone and a personal identity touch. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, in that sense, I don't think anyone can be unique in that sense, or like nobody's done this before. Like I don't think I don't think it's honest, and I don't think chasing that high of being the first person is worth it, because then you just lose so many opportunities that you could have added your personal touch to. Because imagine I got the idea and I was like, oh, but Subway Takes already doing it. Like, no, Subway Takes isn't me at the end of the day, but I am writing a Substack about that. I feel like I say this so many times. I'm like, I write no Substack about that. But yeah, I am writing Substack about like, you're not the only you. And I think as much as I think Subway Takes isn't me, somebody else could do what I'm doing. And somebody else could have gotten this idea. And like, that's fine. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's even further in the line of like, you're not unique. Full stop. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not in a sense of, as much as like these ideas have been done and like, but the only thing is your specific touch. Just know that you're not the only person that has that specific touch. That's what I'm trying to say. Somebody else could very much have had that specific touch. Well, there's another line. I feel like I should pause this because this only has about 30 minutes, but then I can switch on to the... Guys, how am I going to get this footage? Flip! Oh my days, I should have done this on my phone. Cool. Never got time to school. I'm a self-professor. Because do you know what it is, guys? I'm reading Artist's Way, yeah? And I'm just thinking, am I wasting my time? Because half of these things this is saying in this book, I'm like, yeah, I did that. I've done that. I think like that. I'm just like, do you get what I'm saying? And this is not even me like bragging. It's just like, not me saying bragging and doing a hair thing, but it's just that I do so much inner work without external prompts. And like, I feel like the knowledge that I have, whenever I have conversations with people, it's like, I can always tell when people have like studied, and I'm like, I want to study. I do actually want to study and like, I guess solidify my knowledge, but it's like, all of the things I know, I just know. All of like the ideas, the opinions, the concepts, I just know. Like, it's just, it comes from such a deep inner knowing. And now that I'm also like sharpening my intuition, it's so much from that, right? And it's so like, yeah, like that's why that lyric really resonates with me, because like I never had time to school. I'm genuinely a self-professor, and it's like I do eventually want to be able to be like, when people are like, what are your sources? Be like, oh, Roe v. Wade. But like right now I'm just like, girl, me and God, like what are you talking about? But yeah, I guess that's all I have for this video, and I don't know how I'm gonna get this video, guys. I really don't know what I'm gonna do, because why have I gone and yapped for like 23 minutes now, and I really should have done it on my phone. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's really it. And I feel like I do want to talk a lot more on like being a first generation immigrant in the UK, because I feel like, again, like people have so much like shame about it. And I remember when I'm about to drop so much lore, hold on, but little teaser, because I will talk about it eventually. I was in like an immigration camp. When was this? It was like in year 9 or like just before year 9. And there was this girl that like, she was actually my age. She was actually Nigerian, literally like, you know, I was so ecstatic to finally find someone that looks like me and like I thought was like me, or like going through the same, what I knew was going through the same thing as me. And I remember her just being so distant, and I remember her just being so like, I could just feel the sense of like, we're not about to like bond over this, like we're not going to make this a thing. And I just thought, damn, like this is already so hard already. The least we can do is have each other. And I just remember like me and this girl literally ended up going to the same school afterwards, and she would walk past me like she didn't know me. And I just thought, damn, like I'm not about to go telling people that you were in an immigration camp. Don't worry. you ain't got, I mean, now I'm telling the internet, but like they don't know who you are. You know. But it was just that even within that, I remember coming back and telling my mom like, that's not right. Like, you know, like I understand it's not something to like shout on the rooftops of like, I'm an immigrant, and like even with that, why isn't it? I'm a first generation immigrant. I'm so proud of that, because my mom has gone through flipping hell and back for me, and it's not easy. And if anybody deserves to be in this country, it is me and that woman, period. That's my application for my UK passport. Give me the $1. Guys, I have a headache, by the way. You wouldn't even be able to tell with the way I'm so flippant, like yappa. But yeah, this was a great chat, guys, and I need to stop talking so I can figure out how to flipping download this flipping video. But yeah, guys, I'm going to uni this year. That's crazy. I was originally going to do biomedical sciences. Look at me still yapping, but one last thing. I was originally going to do biomedical sciences, and this again just plays so much into like me saying like everything happens for a reason, because as much as like the identity shift and like acclimation needed to happen, I think a massive part of within that, or like I guess like a ripple effect of that, was also like not only a change in mindset but like a development of like career path or like direction. Either way, that was going to be a plan B, because like content and writing and being creative is always plan one, and that's going to work out regardless. Nobody can tell me nothing. Like, bro, nobody can tell me anything. Yeah, so obviously uni is just like for funsies. I'm joking, not for funsies, but plan B, because I guess like, you know, that's what human beings be doing and shit. But yeah, so I was gonna do biomedical sciences, but that's not really ever been me, and I guess I've just kind of discovered that within this gap year of like I was playing the good Nigerian girl of, yes, I want to do, originally it was medicine, but then UCAT flogged me. Not even just UCAT, biology A level flogged me. Wasn't doing that. So cool. It now became, yes, I want to study biomedical sciences. But yeah, no, now I think I'll be doing psychology. I was thinking about like archaeology, but what can I really do with that in the future? I guess I still need something that my parents can. I'm already giving them enough headache, guys. Please, I don't want to keep them. I love my parents. Do you know what I mean? So as much as I'm not living for them, this is that one compromise that we can make of like, okay, cool, I'll do psychology and I'll be a medical therapist. Get a load of this. But yeah, guys, this has been such a great chat, and I'm going to stop yapping immediately so I think this is the longest video on my channel. But yeah, I hope that I can flipping like download this. I'm already trying to like log in to see immediately what my face is looking like. But yeah, oh my gosh, guys, the back of my room, I love that I can do this on this camera, but like the back of my room looks a mess. Okay, bye guys.